Hey, folks, welcome to Weekend Technical Analysis Update by InTheMoneyStocks.com, your leaders in pure technical analysis, avoiding all that Wall Street hype. This Weekend Technical Analysis video is for Monday, May 7th through Friday, May 11th, 2012, and is sponsored by Realtic. All right, let's get right into the mix. We have a lot to cover today, folks. Looking into next week, there's a bunch of keys to where this market will go next week, and I will unveil them all to you. First off, and pretty ugly week last week for the markets. You can see right here on the SPY, here's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. You can see early in the week, the markets tried to surge to the upside, but you tagged a master trend line here that we gave to our members. If you were a member here, you got the pivot top this past week of the market. You knew it was there. We called for a decline off of that, and look at the results. All right, not only that, but we still are in a down cycle in the markets, and I want to show you where this trend line comes from. This is something that, again, if you learn the methodology and you learn what we teach and the discipline, you become a trader that wins and profits. That's simple. All right, you know where the market is literally going to go before it goes there. In any case, these trend lines I've had on my charts for weeks, if not months now. You can see these parallel lines here. You connect the pivot highs right here, and you connect the pivot lows, and you get these two green trend lines. Extend the bottom line out, you get the exact high, literally to the penny, of the market last week. Imagine if you knew that was where to take all your profits on your long plays and go short the market. Well, here at InTheMoneyStocks.com, we essentially did that. Profits to our members inside the Research Center and in the Intra Day Stock Chat. Research Center is geared towards swing traders and investors, while Intra Day Stock Chat members are more day traders. In any case, the cycle continues to be on the downside, and we've been nailing that call for quite some time now, knowing the turn in the market would make more negativity out there. Psychologically, the markets would head lower. In addition, last week you had a beautiful head and shoulders pattern. Take a look at this right here, folks. Here's a shoulder, here's a head, and here's a shoulder. This is a classic head and shoulder pattern with a neckline right here. When this broke, you knew the market was really going to dump out, and that's exactly what happens. That's the beauty of head and shoulder patterns, folks. They're bearish patterns, obviously, and they tell you when a sharp fall should be triggered. And essentially, here's your shoulder, here's your head, here's your shoulder. When this line got broken, look at the fall you had. Look at how quickly the market fell. All right, before then, you were just kind of chopping up and down in general. The neckline of the head and shoulders gets broken, bam, to the downside. Do you see how putting the pieces of the puzzle together here literally make the difference between you making tons of money or you losing or not making any money at all? I mean, it really is the difference. In any case, the market collapsed. It was a pretty ugly week overall. Late in the week, the market, especially on Friday, started to get skittish over the Greek elections and the France elections. All right, we obviously know there's the socialist guy, Holland, against Sarkozy. It looks like he's going to at least have it's going to be close, and he may even have the lead right now. We should know those results by this evening on Sunday, going into Monday, and we should see the results in the futures. Now, if Sarkozy pulls it out and the Greek elections go decently, you could see a rally on Monday. Otherwise, look out below. You could see more uncertainty, and we all know the market hates uncertainty. The Holland candidate in France, who's trying to win the election there, on the socialist side, he's anti-austerity, which means he's anti-Germany and everything that they're trying to do there. Remember, Sarkozy and Merkel have worked together to make sure that the euro and the European Union stays together, that the austerity measures get pushed through, and ultimately this other guy gets in there. That could be off the table. I'll at least say maybe it won't be off the table, but it could be a lot tougher to push measures through. You could see even in Greece some of the major austerity measures fall apart if enough of the elections of the cabinet and essentially the parliament don't go in the right way. So the market hates uncertainty, folks, and you could see the results here on Friday going into the weekend. No one wanted to hold any stocks, and they just sold them. Now this puts us in a position of either seeing further downside sharp on Monday if, again, things don't go the way the European Union would want and how the markets here in the U.S. would want, or if they do, you could see a snapback rally. Ultimately, the head and shoulders did complete. You can calculate a target. That's something we teach you here at InTheMoneyStocks.com, how to calculate where the target of the head and shoulders will go, and it did complete. In addition, I love how late in the day on Friday here, you basically stayed between this pivot low right here and the gap fill. If you take those two lines and just stretch them across, you can clearly see the market chopping inside of that range the whole afternoon session on Friday. All right, now let's look at the downside. If the markets continue to break down, which ultimately they will, it's just a matter of where they're going to go on Monday based off the elections. I mean, but ultimately we're in a down cycle, so they're going to continue to head there. It's just a matter of how choppy and how they get there. But bottom line is, again, the next major level on this market, and this is a huge level, folks. This is the level to end all levels, in other words, will be at the 135.75 area right here. This pivot low with this pivot low. That's what you're watching. If that gets broken on a closing basis of this market on the SPY, which measures the S&P 500 or tracks the S&P 500, this market is going to take another major dump. And you can see it even clearer on the daily chart because look at the daily chart. I mean, obviously this line here, it's a beautiful line, all the way back to October, and we now are below it. That's how you know the cycle's in full swing when you got below this trend line right here. Here was our cycle top right over here, guys. And look at how beautiful that is. Literally, we nailed the top on this market right here based on our cycle. And our members all got this cycle, guys. I mean, they knew ahead of time when it was. We gave it out. And looking back, I mean, it's just been an amazing call. But bottom line, you had the dump. You got below this line. Now you're starting to sell. This is your last stand right here. Same line I just showed you on the intraday chart. 1, 2 pivot low, and that again is at that 135.75 approximate level. A close below that, you'll have a little bit of support at the 134.25 level, but ultimately you're probably going all the way down to 131.60, possibly as low as the 200 moving average. All right, now remember, it's not going to happen overnight. You're going to have bounces along the way. They're going to be great long opportunities. The beauty of us at InTheMoneyStocks.com, I'm neither a bull nor a bear. All right, what I want to do is I want to focus on the charts, let the charts tell me which way to position myself, and do it. For instance, not this past week, but the previous week, we were long. AUI, SLW, Sears Holdings, SHLD, COP, ConocoPhillips. We made money on them, guys, all of them. All right, now this past week, we started to go on the short side again, and look at how it resulted in a nice dip. It's all about seeing and reading the charts and using this proprietary secret analysis techniques that we will teach you here at InTheMoneyStocks.com. Confirmation signal, river theory, time counts. I mean, I could go on and on. But this is the place. This is where you start to take control of your investments instead of just being at the mercy of the institutions. Start beating the institutions. Start whipping them. Start taking their money. All right, that's what you can do here at InTheMoneyStocks.com. All right, some good plays to watch next week. Let's take a look at the chart of Apple here. The chart of Apple does not look good. Again, we nailed the top on Apple here in terms of seeing that it was going to top out here. Right, really between around the 620 level is when we started to get those upgrades of $1,000 price target. As soon as I heard that, I mean, you're just like, okay, top is here. I mean, give me a break. The hype was ridiculous. The pumping in the media was ridiculous. And even a great earnings report from Apple. Look at, we've just come right back in. You're going to have support at gap fill right here. There will be some good support at gap fill double bottom. You might get an intraday bounce or a one-day bounce off that level. I wouldn't be surprised if that happens. I could see us, believe it or not, on Apple coming into this on Monday and then bouncing on Tuesday. You know, it'll be interesting again to see how it plays out. But I'll be watching and obviously I'll be trading it. If I like it enough, I'm trading it. That's that simple. All right. But again, I don't think this will hold for that long on Apple, and I think we will be heading lower, probably about to the 500 level. Once you get to 500, I think it becomes an interesting long. Based on charts, obviously. We'll be reading the charts. I will give that as alerts when I want to swing trade Apple to the long side. All right, another stock to keep an eye on, JP Morgan. Not a good picture here on JPM. If you take a look at this little pivot low, look at that. You basically closed on or just a little bit below. If this doesn't hold on Monday, this stock is going all the way down to about the 40.5 level. There'll be some good support right around the 40.5 though level. But again, charts are in a precipitous level here where you got to be on high alert. Now, there's going to be a ton of money made this week in the Research Center for Research Center subscribers, in the Intra Day Stock Chat for Intra Day Stock Chat subscribers here at InTheMoneyStocks.com. But frankly, if you don't know what you're doing, if you're out there and you're not a member, chances are you're going to get your head handed to you. Because it's going to be one of those weeks where you're going to have crazy moves. The volatility is back. I love it. This is where we make the big money. This is where I do, 5,000+ in day trading a day minimally. And where the swing trades throughout the week will make us tens of thousands of dollars. All right. Again, here at InTheMoneyStocks.com, 7-day free trial to each service. Come join us. Start profiting with the pros. Have a great rest of your weekend. I'll be in the No Hype Live tonight answering live questions, showing my live charts, going over live analysis. That's part of the Research Center. You sign up today, you get that, along with every alert that I will put out tonight, going into tomorrow, and rocking this market with profits. Take care, guys.